Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video on my channel. So in today's video I'll be taking you through how you can easily complete the spring season of Series 36 on Horizon 4 to get 50% for the brand new Celine S1. Not sure how good that's going to be, but we'll have to see. May make a video on it, may not. Whether you want 80% for the Alfa Romeo 155, which is an absolutely amazing car, one of the fastest cars in S1, also in my opinion quite good for cruising around, or maybe you want to 100% the season like I usually do to be perfect and give you the best opportunity to unlock the Nissan Pulsar if you haven't already for 80%. I think the only reason I haven't unlocked that yet is because I've missed a few daily challenges, because I'm not as bothered about them. And also, if you've missed a couple of things in the previous seasons, you might want to get yourself the 50% of the whole series for the backstage pass. So in this video you'll find, as usual, everything that you need to know about the season, with easy tips, tunes that you can download, etc, etc. You can find timestamps in the description. I will be doing them this week. Last week I said that I'd do them and I didn't. I do apologise for that, but there'll definitely be timestamps this week. Also, the codes for the tunes will be in the description as well, most of them, and as usual any info in the description, or the pinned comment for the Forzathon shop backstage and Super 7 rewards and my opinions on them, and then any other questions you have, just ask. I do also want to say that later tonight, probably not long after this video is uploaded, and there'll be another video uploaded, yes, another. I'll be doing two tonight, and that is to celebrate 150 subscribers. So I cannot thank every single one of you enough. It really does mean the world to me. I can't stress how much it means to me. This journey's been an absolute roller coaster, and I'm not really quite sure how we've got here, but we've done it. So I'll be posting a video regarding the competition that I'm going to be running, so everything you need to know will be there. So if you can subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, that will massively help me out and also allow you to get notified when I post that video later on tonight. So I hope you're all looking forward to that and getting involved in my competition. That would be really good to see as many of people taking part as possible. So without any further ado, let's get into the season then. So for the photo challenge, #RoyallingStones, we have had this one before. They've started repeating the photo challenges a few weeks ago now. So all you need to do is take a photo of any Aston Martin at the standing stones. So the standing stones can be reasonably tricky to find if you're not quite sure where they are. So where it says it here is not actually where they are, it's where these two people are here. So if you zoom in far enough, just to the right of my cursor and up from them people, you'll see a couple of like grey dots. If you put it in a 1080p on the quality, you should be able to pick them out. And that is basically the standing stone. So it's not this side, it's this side, around this corner where the stones are. So getting any Aston Martin, so Vanquish, Vulcan, etc, and just get your car, well, an Aston Martin and standing stones in, you'll get yourself 3% and a super wheel spin. So really easy photo challenge there. Just can be a bit awkward trying to find where they are, because on the map it doesn't really label it very well, because obviously the writing has to be reasonably big for you to see it. So for the weekly Forzathon challenge, which is called Playtime, I made a video last night as usual. I usually do the videos regarding the Forzathon challenge on Wednesday, so obviously it is ahead of the season, but I just look in the upcoming weekly challenges. I don't do the time glitch, I don't believe in that. So we'll be able to complete it now. So if you want to see that, if you haven't seen it already, you can either check it out on my channel in the seasonal Forzathons playlist, which I'll link to at the end of the video, or you can watch till the end, and on the end screen I'll put a link to the actual video itself to do the Forzathon. For any daily Forzathon challenges, they're usually really simple, but if you are having any trouble, let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to help you out with that. Just make sure you describe it to me, because if I'm not on Forza at the time, then I won't have a clue what you're on about. So yeah, just to say. So the seasonal rewards that we get this week are actually not too bad, I have to say. The actual events themselves might be a bit annoying, but the rewards you get are alright, so it does kind of motivate you to do them. So for the trial, you'll get a Bentley Turbo R. I quite like that car actually, it's pretty OP. For the Showcase Remix Contest of Giants, we get yourself a Super Wheel Spin. For the Seasonal Playground Games, we get yourself a 2018 Megane RS. Not particularly rare, but it might do alright in A class or whatever. 3 stunts, as usual, get you a Super Wheel Spin. The Northern Tours, which by the way is spelt wrong, unless that's how the Swedish or the Danish spell it, because they're the cars we have to use for that. I've no idea. But yes, Northern is spelt wrong. It has an R after the E before the N, so it's Northern, not Northern. But for that, you'll get yourself a Zenvo TSRS with the massive flappy wing. For Overnight Adventures, you get a Koenigsegg Jesko, not Jesko, Jesko. Really nice car, actually. Stock, it is the top of S2, so you can't really make it go very fast in S2 with a proper tune on it. And then Luxury Getaway will get you Ferrari Enzo. I'm not sure whether that car's in the auto show or not, but I think if it is, it's like quite like a few million. So I'd highly recommend that you do these championships to get these decent rewards. So I'll show you my suggested cars for them in just a second. There was something else I was going to say, and now I've forgotten what it was. Yeah, I've forgotten what it was, but it'll probably come back to me in a minute. So for the monthly rivals, this is the last opportunity that you can do this on the Astmoor Heritage Circuit in the Mazda Cosmo, which we got in autumn. So that was the second new car. If you haven't got it, there'll probably be a few on the auction. It'll be reappeared in the next couple of series, probably. That's usually what Forza do. We had Warburn Wednesday yesterday, with the picture of the board. So if you haven't seen that, check out their Twitter. I don't use Twitter, but I got it off somebody's Discord server. I'm not really sure that the city that's going to be in Horizon 5 Mexico is on there, as well as a compass which says N for North, and then there's a question mark where the E is. But anyway, let's get back onto the actual subject of this video. So rivals, all you need to do is post a clean lap in the Mazda Cosmo. So basically no rewinding, no hitting walls hard. Sometimes you can get away with it if you kind of tap it, but if you go full on wall riding, you're going to get a flag lap. And also missing checkpoints and getting put back will flag your lap as well. So if you've got a flag next to your lap, just carry on until you get a clean lap. It does not have to be fast, do not have to beat your rival. That's all you need to do to get it completed. And then for Online Adventure, again, this is the last opportunity you've got to complete it. It'll add any these two will add any percentage on to the seasons before, if you've not completed it yet. So if you didn't quite get 80% because you haven't completed these, it'll add on, and you might get 80% depending on how close you were in the first place. So Rivals gets you 6%, Ranked Adventure gets you 15%. So for Ranked Adventure, if you've not yet qualified for Ranked Adventure and it won't let you do it, play Quick Play Adventure. I'd say racing's probably the fastest, not free for all, just team racing. And then just do it until you reach tier 3 and it'll unlock Ranked Adventure. Then you just need to play one Ranked Adventure again. Racing's going to be the fastest for you, and then that'll mark it done in the festival playlist. And if you want to qualify for games and free for all, you'll have to reach tier 3 in them as well, but you only need to do one of them to complete this. If you've already unlocked Ranked Adventure, you just need to do one adventure and then that will be it completed. So we'll move on to the stunts now then. So we've got Ambleside Edge Danger Sign, Coppice Speed Zone and Old Town Speed Trap. I think they're fairly easy this week. You just need the right car and the right tune. Obviously it isn't winter, so you're not going to be sliding around. So we'll start then with the Ambleside Edge Danger Sign. 205 metres required. That is 6.9 metres more than the usual 3-star objective. It's a really easy one, this. I did it last night in like a really slow car, and I got like nearly 300. So you can go on here to get a bigger run up, or you can go further back and come round here. I'm just starting slightly round the corner in my Mosler. Tune, the code for the tune's in the description, or you can use my gamertag. So basically I'm just going to do it because I don't think it personally is going to be that hard. So of course we've got the V8 in the Mosler because I hate the other engines available for this, especially the racing V12. Right, so I did lose a bit of speed there, but I've got 339 metres, so it's way easier than it probably should be. So there you go, really easy. So even like an S1 class car, maybe even an A class car will do this, as long as you get a decent run up. So really easy one there, I don't see why you'd be struggling with that. What have we got next? I'll do the speed zone last. So speed trap is called Old Town. You need 210 mile an hour, which is 5 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective. Going this way, you might be able to gather enough speed if you're in like the Ferrari or the Monaco, which I don't like. But this way, obviously, you're going to get more speed. You can even start all the way back here, come round. But for this, because the Mosler accelerates really fast, I'm just going to start where the Castleview Roadhouse is, just to make sure that I get it done. Like I said, the acceleration is pretty insane on this Mosler with this engine, which is why I believe it's the best engine, not because it sounds the least annoying, but because it's also really fast and really grippy. And with the correct tuning, it's also got really high top speed. So when it loads, sometime in the next year or so, will Forza load? Probably not. Ah, there we go, finally. Right, and of course it's facing me the wrong way, it always does that. Right, so we turn round, and then we shall set off. So we're already at 150-ish, so you can tell already it's going to do it easily. I've already got the required thingy. If you map glitches like that, or the AI hit you and then you get slowed down instantly by Forza's physics, and you still somehow manage to complete it, then congratulations. Yeah, that was slightly bizarre. But anyway, I caught it on camera, so all good. Right, let's finally move on to the speed zone then, in which I'm not going to be using the Mosler, which I originally thought, because I thought it was an on-road one, but it turns out it's off-road. So it's this one here, where you come down, flying down the hill, you have to brake, you can cut it a bit, but not too much or it'll fail you, and then you go down there. So you need 86 mile an hour, it's only 1 mile an hour more than the usual 3-star objective. As you can see, my PB is quite high, that took a bit of try-harding. Obviously Hoonigan Ariston is going to be my choice. Apparently, according to Forza Physics, the Shelby Monaco is faster, although it actually isn't, and I don't like it because of this, and I think it's an absolutely stupid car. So Hoonigan RS200 is now in the backstage, was in the Forzathon shop about a month ago for 999 points, but it won the backstage vote, I think, not last week but the week before, so autumn. So it's now in the backstage, so if you've got 50% from last week or 50% from the whole series, you'll have this car, or you'll have a pass to buy this car. And if you've got a bit of credits anyway, you could buy it off the auction. So I have got 2 tunes for this, my S2 tune and my X-Class tune. S2's got the stock engine, X-Class has got the same engine that's in the Mosler, the Racing V8, which I believe is the best for X-Class. So here we are again, code is in the description like I said before. So not much of a run up. Basically you just got to try not to lose control, especially when you're on sim steering, which for me doesn't make much difference. So you cut here a bit if you want, it's really up to you. And then even slowing down that much, pretty dope run, and I've got nearly 97 mile an hour, so that just proves how easy it is. The trail cat will be more sturdy for this. Again, you can use the Shelby Monaco, but not when I'm looking. And then like the bowler, anything like that will also do the trick for you, because it's 3 really easy stunts this week actually, I have to say. Right, so now we'll move on to my suggested cars for championships. I've already told you the rewards, so I've selected my top 2 or 3 for each of the championships trial and games, and I think I'll do the best in my opinion with my tunes on. In fact, one of them's not my tune, but oh well. And I've put the codes for them in the description. Any others can be found by my gamertag, and I'll show all of the ones I've actually got tuned now. So it's up to you whether you take the ones I'm suggesting. I'm just suggesting them because I think they'll do the best, and obviously most of them have got my tunes on, which aren't going to be the best, but they do the job easily, more than easily actually. So we'll start with the trial then, which I haven't a clue where it is. Ah, here it is. So it's road racing, it's called Beaches and Bentleys. I almost said that wrong then. And you need an S2 car from the United Kingdom. If you didn't know, Bentley are from the United Kingdom, so that's why we need the United Kingdom. So things like McLaren, Aston Martin, etc. There aren't too many that are actually decent in S2 actually, but there are enough to choose from. And then if I filter it to S2 because it's a country and lots of brands come from the UK. Right, so that's the car for the Forzathon actually that I'm using for the Forzathon anyway. Made a video on that the other day, I'll link to it in the end screen if I remember. Really good drift car actually. Right, that's stock, so we're not going to be using that. The Noble M600 is really good actually. Every time I use it, it surprises me more and more, so very good car to use. Not really many of mine are tuned properly. If you want a 0.7 seconds, 0 to 60 mile an hour drag car, and that doesn't turn particularly well, then feel free to use this with my tune on it. Does 0 to 100 in 1.7 seconds as well, for your information. So if you want to be going full speed, then feel free, but against unbeatable AI, that may be slightly interesting. The McLaren F1 is probably the car I'm going to be taking. Max amount of horsepower in this engine. I tuned it for a Forzathon once. Very grippy as well, so that's probably the car I'm going to be using. Or the Noble. You got the TVR Sagaris, bit meh. That's stock. So yeah, I'd say F1, that if you're feeling brave, or the Noble. Or if you tune this properly, it'll be alright. If you tune that, so it's like, that is a good tune by Dubs, but it's not like tuned specifically for this. But I shall be using the F1 and the Noble. Now for Do Games, which are here at Mudkickers, unfortunately. The world's worst game site, because all you do is flip over and hit tractors. So you don't have to win games, so do not be quitting. I did the games the other day and it ended up, I think, if I remember right, 3v2. And we won 3-0. Oh, it might have been 4v2 actually. We were the 4, won 3-0. And then I did it yesterday and it was 3v1 because until the guy quit, so we just won. So don't quit. There's no need to win. There's no need to win. If you actually wait till the end and realise that it says finish second at the end of the championship, you realise you don't have to win. But people don't do that because they quit and then it doesn't tell them. So, and they won't accept help. But yeah, just don't quit, basically is what I'm trying to say. So you need an A-class super hot hatch, so thankfully it's not just boring hot hatches or retro hot hatches. No, I've got nothing against them, but super hot hatches in my opinion are faster, which is actually a fact. So not many of mine are tuned. Most of mine are like stanced, like these three, and some just aren't tuned at all, like the dishwasher Civics. So the A45 AMG, I've always liked that car for the really cool not really body kit, but wing that you can put on it, and I really like my design actually. It sounds awesome as well, by the way. So that car's really good, but obviously it's not going to be very good at Mudkickers. This, however, the Renault Megane from 2010, is very good at Mudkickers with the turbo rally engine, I think. A bit of rally suspension because it was from a dirt championship, and 75% rear diff, I think. So you'll have lots of stuff. Be prepared for games, and it's really cheap as well. That's all I've got tuned, but because you don't have to win games, you don't need anything particularly competitive unless you're wanting to be competitive. In which case, these two will do you the best, in my opinion. Now we shall move on to the championships. For some reason Snowy has joined, but he's going to find out that I'm recording in a minute. So road racing, luxury getaway, and you need an S1 Ferrari. So this is actually the only one that isn't S2 this week, apart from the games, which I don't really count in the championships. So what am I doing? So if you just go to Ferrari, that's GMC. Right, if you go to Ferrari, there's lots you can choose from, obviously. This one, if you have car pass, is really speed based. So if you're on highly skilled Drivatars, which is the minimum requirement, then you'll probably be alright. If you're on unbeatable like me, and the AI are a bit reckless, then it might not be alright. The Ferrari 488 GTB handles like a god, sounds actually quite good, and that's probably the best choice in my opinion. But you could also take this. Doesn't actually turn very well considering it's got full aero, probably because it's got like stock tyres. The Ferrari 599 GTO, I also really like that car. A bit more expensive, but really fast actually. And I think that one's just horrific. Yeah, that's all I've got tuned to S1, but my pick's going to be the 488 or the 599 GTO, I think. Now let's move on to the next championship. I'm not going to kick Snowy from the convoy, I'll just let him realise. The Showcase Remix, by the way, you're in the Chevy Colorado ZR2 versus the Hovercraft, which just like to slide and ram you off. Basically just keep you cool and win. It's actually not that hard, as long as you don't like hit the thing at the end here like I usually do. Anyway, next championship, Northern Tours, which again is spelled wrong. Road racing again, S2, Sweden or Denmark. So basically like Koenigsegg, Zenvo, etc. So I'll go to Sweden first. Where is Sweden? Right, so again, lots of cars you can take actually, but none of which are particularly good, apart from the Koenigsegg gear was alright, but it is winter tuned, so it's not like, although it is really fast on the straights, it's got like 1400 horsepower. That's the car you win. No, it isn't. That's the car you win for overnight adventures. The CCGT is obviously the best choice if you've played this game. Tuned by Don Joe One Song himself, the only car in this video that's not going to be tuned by me. Really, really good. I can't tell you how good that is. But yeah, basically that's the option for Sweden. Or if you want Denmark and you already have the Zenvo, which is highly likely because it's been released 3 times, then you can use my S2 tuned Zenvo. I tried it with race weight reduction. It did handle a bit better, but this one handles really well even with a bit more power, so I prefer this one. You can also take my Lego Senna if you have the Lego expansion. Then that's tuned, not exactly really competitive, but quite fun, I guess. And then the Bugatti Divo as well, really good, actually, considering it's a Bugatti. Although actually that isn't, that's from France. I just realised that. I'm an idiot. Anyway, let's move on to the final championship where you can take the Divo, which is, if I can find it, here. So it's Street Scene S2 Extreme Track Toys. So this is where you can take the Divo. Apologies for my stupidity there. So Track Toys is the car you need for the Forzathon Extreme Track Toys for this. So lots you can take. Here is said Divo with max power, max handling. What else have we got? Formula Drift cars? No. CCGT again, I'm probably going to be taking that. And that is all I have tuned by the looks of it, apart from that. Yeah, that's all I have tuned. Or you can take the IDR if you want to be 100 miles behind. Yeah, that's all I have tuned, but Divo or CCGT again, definitely my pick for that. Right, well that is it guys. I haven't remembered what I was going to remember, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the end screen in, well, however many seconds it'll pop up. It depends on how many seconds I waffle now. For the Forzathon guide, and also anything else I decide to put on there. Whatever I do. And also don't forget to check out the video about the competition later. I'll hope to have as many people entering as possible, and I'll tell you all that other info there. So if you enjoyed this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, that would be massively appreciated, and I hope to see you all later. And also I'm planning on doing a stream tomorrow, about an hour later than usual, but we'll just have to see how that goes regarding things. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.